Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Fake It for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today I'm going to be popping this palette's cherry. This is the Kaleidos Makeup Club Nebula palette. It's their collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. You guys already know this, but maybe some of you don't. So anyway, the color story looks like this. I'm going to do it right side up so it matches what everybody else. I feel like on film this palette does not look the same as what it looks like in real life. I don't know. I just feel like what I saw when I saw it on other people's videos is not what I saw when I opened the palette. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, or if you're interested in hearing my final thoughts on this palette, or if you guys just like to watch, then hang out. Okay, so I'm all primed with my P. Louise Primer in Rumor 02, and basically I'm going to start. I want to use these middle colors right here. Honestly, this row right here has what has piqued my interest through the whole thing. I've just been so curious about how these colors, mainly these two, play out on my eyelids. And hoping that they're a lot more gray purple, like, well, obviously this is a gray purple, but I mean, as far as like, what does this one look like on the skin? Is it mauve-y, right? I just am curious. And so I'm going to use a different style than what I normally use, but every time I do that, it fucks it up. So maybe I should not do that. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to stick with what I know works every time, the fail-safe. I'm going to go in with my Voldemorphe M506, and I'm going to start with the color Raw Copper. Also, I'm wearing gray today, so. And I'm just going to place, and this look is hopefully, there's a lot of kick up, by the way. This look is hopefully just going to be super easy and quick. I'm hoping that the shimmer formula in this is like out of this world, because I'm just gonna stop right there. It was so funny when I watched Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner doing her video on this. It was not a review, it was just a video. I got so stoked that this comes with a deck of playing cards, because those of you who have watched Annette's, some of the videos that she has done about talking about her history before she started YouTube, she was like a famous card player. And so when I saw her open it, it just like occurred to me that this is like, I can't think of anyone I would rather have gotten those cards than Annette. So it made me excited. Like at first I thought the cards were okay. Like it's a unique idea. I don't want them. I loathe playing cards. I think it's like an ex-tweaker thing where like everybody would play cards for so many days. I mean, one time I played dice for so many days that I had what I call Dalmatian vision, where like everywhere I looked, all I saw was spots. There was spots on everything. Everything was spots. I just have a thing about cards that like drives me crazy. Playing cards drives me crazy. Hearing the sound of dice drives me crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this color is giving me a little bit of patchiness. Now I'm going to go in with my Zoeva 227. I'm going to use the color Naru to blend that out. As I said, I'm hoping that this color plays out a little more mauve than what it looks in the pan. On my skin, I'm just hoping it's a little more grayish than brownish. I mean, it obviously will be. Angelica knows what she's doing. She would not like put a brown in the palette that didn't blend with the gray purple, right? So it has to be at least a little bit gray or cool toned more. Okay, I feel like that's got a really great blend. How many of you guys are having car trouble in the polar fucking vortex that we're having right now? I read on Instagram that Deandra, and I'm just really feeling this inner corner here. When this like polar vortex hit, she was at a hotel and she literally had to get in her car and drive somewhere else just to get somewhere where she could get internet to do her launch for Divina Shadows. And I was like, dude, that's rough. I commented, I was like, dude, that's rough. She was like, tell me about it, or she said something super cool, but I was like, yeah, my car didn't start that day. My car has not been starting. I have a diesel, so my diesel, like it's so low. I have a Volkswagen Jetta TDI, and it's so low to the ground that I've broken the oil pan. This is my 5th oil pan. No, it's not my driving. Anyway, so I pop the oil pan all the time, and every time I pop the oil pan, I have to replace the oil heater that's on the oil pan. And I didn't do it, and so now I don't have an oil pan heater, and I couldn't get it. I can't get it till tomorrow. So basically, like, I've been starting my car at like 3 in the afternoon because it's been too cold to get it any sooner. I feel like I wished I would have used a bigger brush, but like, as I said earlier, every single time I do that, my look turns out like shit. So this seems to be taking a little longer than I wanted it to, but I'm really liking the way it looks. I don't know why. I was just so curious about how these two colors were going to work together. It was like eating at me. But it looks great. They're playing really nicely together. I was really scared I was going to be disappointed with this palette, honestly. I wonder why that is. I wonder why I was afraid of that. Was it because if I was disappointed with it, I would have felt like I couldn't say it? I just wanted to get the most gloom out of this motherfucker that was humanly possible, right? I like that a lot. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go underneath with Rock Hopper. I like it that the shadow is like really dimensional as well. Like it's the kind of shadow that blends out really nicely and gives you dimension without using another color. Makes it a little easier to work with. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that I am not 100% in love with the way that the evenness of this color. I just want to try something. I'm going to use the Voldemorphy JH32, and I'm just going to go into that color Rock Hopper, and it's like a bigger tapered blending brush, and just kind of get that a little more evenly placed. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then still going on the lower lid with a little bit more Rock Hopper. And then with my Zoeva 227. And this really is a nice, cool toned brown. I'm going to use another bigger brush like that, my Kaleidos S1, and just I feel like this purple wants to try to wash away when I don't know if you can see, but like right there, it's like coming off a little. There we go. With no additional product, I'm just going to use that Zoeva 227 to kind of. And then what? Guess I'm going to go for the no-brainer. I'm going to use my AOA E131, and I'm going to use that to apply my NYX Glitter Primer. And I'm taking that line above my protruding brow bone, or like right even to it. And then with my favorite shimmer brush, I'm going to use my Zoeva 231. And I'm going to go into the color You're My Only Hope. And this is a little bit see-through. So I'm just going to take my Voldemorphe M506 and tap out this edge. And then I'm going to use my AOA E128 and I'm going to go into the color Nova. And I'm going to use that for my inner corner highlight. I'm going to spray it with my MAC Fix Plus. I feel like I should have done that the other way around. And I'm just dragging that down. Going in again. And pulling this. I'm going to take some of that and place it like right on the center of my lid to kind of give this a little bit of something more. Back in with my Zoeva brush. I'm just gonna take, I want more, but I used more earlier and it gave me a big fucking fat mess. Okay, I think that's the finished look. I'm gonna go finish my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I used my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Electra, my NYX Faux Whites liner in Lavender Blush, and I used my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in Lavender Crown. I wanted to use my Makeup Monsters one, but I thought I should try to use one that you guys could actually get. And then I used my Arthurine Blush Palette by Menagerie, and I used the color Blueberry with my Black Moon Cosmetics Moonlighter in Cat Shark. Cat Shark. So anyways, I love the way this turned out. I'm going to talk a little bit about this palette just upon initial use. I did find that the colors blend together really nicely. These two colors do go together really well. They blend together really well. They will get muddy if you try to overblend, so don't fuck around. Also, I'm going to say You're My Only Hope was a little bit, I don't know, it isn't what I wanted it to be. It isn't the color that it is in the pan. And so it looks really purple in the pan, and then Nova looks like white with the purple shift, but on, it's actually completely the opposite, where Nova is actually very purple on the lid or on the skin, and You're My Only Hope is actually pretty much pure white. I see very little shift, and so by placing that Nova on the higher point of the lid, it gave me a little bit of dimension, but the middle of my eye is darker than the lid color that I used. And so I wished I would have used You're My Only Hope for the highlighter shade, or the inner corner highlight, and then Nova as the lid shade. So it's kind of deceiving if you guys are doing a look with this palette. So anyways, I think this look turned out really good. I think that's exactly what I wanted. I wouldn't say I'm exactly like fallen madly in love with this palette yet, but I feel like I did use the more boring colors. I don't know why I was drawn to those ones, but they just looked like they were the ones that I was very interested in. I feel like it's really that row that makes that looks kind of different different for this palette, and honestly, seeing the shift in that color Astro, I might have used that instead for my lid shade, but I didn't know if it was going to really match my outfit, so I did not. So anyways, it's obviously like the bottom row and the top row are the more colorful shades that are more likely what I would have used. I just was kind of drawn to that middle row, and I really wanted to see how the grays played out on my skin. Those are just some of my initial thoughts on the palette upon using the most boring row. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality, my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. Also, if you think my looks are pretty until I open my mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. It's @MakeupForLostTime. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your precious, valuable time with me, and I totally appreciate you guys. Later.